Alright guys, I want to talk about this article here. So we got this article here, man 58 who died 6 days after being knocked unconscious with one punch by a baby-faced teen girl. Okay, baby-faced teen girl, remember that. 19, as she is cleared of causing his death. Okay, Kelsea O'Hara, then 19, attacked on Andrew Turner, 58, after a night of drinking. Okay, she punched Mr. Turner after he bumped into a friend and did not apologize. Mr. Turner had a 5 to 7 inch cut on the back of his head and died 6 days later. Pathologist and neuropathologist said O'Hara was not responsible for his death. Okay, we're going to talk about that later. Look at the picture that they use. They call this baby-faced teen, right? This is not what she looked like. She didn't look like this at 19 years old when the attack took place. No, she didn't. It's a 12-year-old girl. It's a 14-year-old, at max 14-year-old girl, man. Like, that's not a 19-year-old. No chance. But they're trying to minimize what she did. That's what they're trying to do. Make you feel, oh, she's just a baby-faced teen girl. You know, that's what they want to try and present to you. She's a baby. She cannot handle the jail. A drunken young woman who knocked a man unconscious during a confrontation on the street has been cleared of causing his death. First of all, why are women attacking men in the street anyway? Kelsea O'Hara, age 19, attacked Andrew Turner. He refused to apologize, bumping in a friend on a night out in Bridlington, East Yorkshire. Okay, so he fell to the ground, hit his head, and died 6 days later, September 3rd last year, in Hull Crown Court. Okay, let's get into this. So, O'Hara, now 20, of Trinity Road, Bridlington, pleaded guilty to wounding. She was spared an immediate jail term and she was spared an immediate jail term for the attack and given a 6-month curfew. Okay, what do I think about that? If you're punching somebody, okay, it's an assault. It's an assault, and it's anyway, we're gonna get into that later. Let's read some more of this. So Andrew Espley, okay, prosecuting, said that Mr. Turner went out for drinks in Bridlington with a friend, where O'Hara and 4 of her friends were also out drinking. Mr. Turner's friend knew one of O'Hara's friends, and he apologized to her for an incident a couple of weeks earlier. Okay. So at around 1:30 a.m., O'Hara confronted Mr. Turner in Marlborough Terrace and asked him if he would apologize to one of her friends, whom he had accidentally walked into, but he refused. Yeah, that's a ridiculous request. You know, why should a man apologize for bumping into somebody later after it's already happened? If somebody doesn't apologize, like, what do you think you are, like some mafia boss or something? Like, why are you commanding respect? You see how these women are behaving nowadays? You're a female. Like, if I'm walking on the street, I expect a female to get out of the way, and if she doesn't get out of the way, I'm allowed to bump her, in my view. That's how I look at it. I don't care what anyone says. I've done that before. And I encourage other men to do that. We are men. We're supposed to assert. Why are you trying to assert your dominance over a man as a woman? I mean, this feminism has gone crazy. You know, this feminism has gone crazy. You got women asserting their dominance or trying to assert their dominance over men. I mean, what kind of nonsense is that? I'm telling you guys, man, this country has lost the plot. The feminism is out of control, and nobody's doing anything to stop it. And this kind of thing, what they're doing with letting this idiot off from going to jail, is only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse from here. I mean, it's unnatural for a woman to try and assert her dominance over a man. But that's what they do. They teach you that, oh, we're all equal. So that's why they believe this nonsense. Look at this. O'Hara threw her purse onto the floor and launched herself at Mr. Turner, punching him in the face once and causing him to lose unconsciousness when he fell to the floor, hitting his head in the process when he fell. Mr. Turner suffered a cut of 5 to 7 inches on the back of his head and was bleeding. He tried to get up when he regained consciousness, but he could not do so. So the police came and, he didn't want to go to hospital. Okay. I think he did go to hospital though. Refused to go to the hospital. Okay. She was arrested the next day. She made no comment. Okay, first of all, she knocked the guy with one punch onto the floor and left him there. Bleeding out from the back of his head. That shows that it wasn't a, she wanted to hurt the guy. She wanted to hurt the guy. It wasn't just an act of, frustration, or because when she realized that the guy was on the floor, did she try to help the guy? Did she, apologize to the guy? No, she walked away. It was an act of sheer violence, and she's got away with it. She's got absolutely away with it, and that's female privilege, man. That's female privilege. Female privilege. Female privilege in the court system. We talk about female privilege a lot on this channel before, and I'm going to talk about it again today. The court system treats women better than men. But they tell us equality, equality. What equality, man? Where's the equality? You're allowed to kill a man now? You're allowed to kill a man? Oh, those injuries didn't kill. We got a big problem in this country because a lot of guys in their 50s are dying, and they're not telling us the true cause of death. They're telling us natural causes or all this BS. I don't know what's going on in the hospitals, but there's something crazy going on. I mean, too many people in their 50s, especially men, are dying out here. Something's going on. It's not the topic of this video, but look at here. It says the punch seems to have been impulsive and spontaneous, and it was one punch. Okay, so what though? So what? It still a lack of disregard was shown. Doesn't matter if it was one punch, impulsive. Doesn't matter. Because there was a complete lack of regard shown. This individual wanted to do that. If you punch somebody and they're on the floor bleeding, why do you need to follow it up with anything? The fact that it was one punch and it took the guy to the floor, I don't know how that happened. But whatever happened, the fact that it was a single punch, okay? The fact that it was a single punch is immaterial. You punch somebody one time and they're on the floor bleeding with a gash on the back of their head. What more do you need to do? The person is incapacitated. So saying it's one punch as a defense is a stupid defense. There was no evidence that the death of Mr. Turner had anything to do with O'Hara, and that is being confirmed after investigations by a pathologist and neuropathologist. Okay, what did the guy die of? That's what I want to know. It was a single punch, and O'Hara had originally been charged with causing grievous bodily harm with intent, but she denied. That's what it is, grievous bodily harm. Absolutely. Which is what, a 3-year sentence? That's what, why are you not in jail? Okay. She expressed heartfelt and genuine remorse for what she did that night and what happened to the victim. How? What genuine remorse? Did she call the ambulance for him? Because it didn't say that in this article. It didn't say that she called the ambulance for him. She wanted to hurt the man. Let's face it, man. This is a sick woman. She wanted to hurt the man. Stop trying to promote the fact that this is a nice little girl. This is not the first case that I've seen of alcohol being involved, a female gets drunk and does something crazy and gets away with it. It's taking a toll on her. Oh yeah, it's taking a toll on her. What about the families who've lost the guy? You see how the article's all about her. You see how the female, everything's done to praise the female, man. That's what I hate about this stupid, Daily Mail and all these. They worship women, man. They don't even tell us, does this guy have kids? Does this guy have a wife? Nothing. There's no sympathy shown towards this guy in the article. None. They don't say he left behind a wife and 2 kids or what. They don't tell you anything about the guy. But no, but I'm pretty sure he's got a family. I'm pretty sure, and they want to talk about it's taking a toll on her. What about the kids that lost? I mean, I don't know if he's got kids, but let's just assume he has. What about the kids that lost their father? It's taking a toll on them more. We don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about this dumb bitch. This dumb, violent, feminist bitch. We want to talk about her. She's the victim, right? She's the victim. She's thought a great deal about whether she is the cause or... Oh, shut up, man. It's sickening. It's sickening. It's sickening. Why are people drinking so much anyway? Like, what's wrong with people, man? What is wrong with people? She's learned a very painful lesson. She ain't had any painful. Oh, she had an awful start in life. Her father and her boyfriend have been jailed. Yeah, exactly. Her father and boyfriend have been jailed. That's what kind of people she's around. Look at how the cycle continues. And when she has a kid, her son is going to be, if she doesn't have already, is going to be a criminal. That cycle doesn't change. She ain't trying to break the cycle. She's keeping it. You have no responsibility. Yeah, sure. You had been drinking. Always using as excuse for women. It should not be an excuse. I don't care if somebody's drinking. They should be charged the same as somebody not drinking, man. How can that be an excuse? 6 months suspended prison sentence, a 6 month 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew. That ain't nothing, man. We already had that in the pandemic. You giving somebody a 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew, like, we already had that in the pandemic, man. And 20 days of rehabilitation. Okay, since his death, Mr. Turner's family, finally, we get to hear something, have raised more than 300 in his memory for cancer support. Cheers, Uncle Andy. So look what they give about his family, right? That's it. 3 lines. This is why they don't care about men in this country, man. I've been telling you guys, these countries, these Western countries in particular, they all focused around the female. It's all about the female, the whole thing about the female. Nobody care about the victim, man. Nobody care. If you get killed by a woman, nobody even cares. Nobody cares. Say, oh, he wasn't killed by the woman. Let's say he wasn't. Why is it doesn't, it's immaterial. It's still a GBH, man. That's a GBH. I don't care what nobody says. The court system is in females' favor. Let me go out there and punch somebody in the head and see if I get away with it scot-free. It's bullshit, man. Let's have a look at these comments before I finish this. Okay, absolutely not the right verdict. Need a retrial. Agreed. How can someone be cleared of causing the death of someone if the actual cause of death is not witnessed at the hearing? It makes no sense. Absolutely. Absolutely. They're hiding the truth. I wonder if I'd have been a 19-year-old male, the verdict would have been different. Of course it would be different. It'd be a murder trial, right? A manslaughter or at least a GBH. Absolutely. If she hadn't punched him, would he still be here today? If the answer is yes, how can they reach that verdict? Very interesting point. And I think you can safe to say that he would be here today. Nasty little piece of work. I feel for his family. They have no justice. No justice. There's no justice, man. And that's going to haunt them forever. Disgusting. Should be locked up. I don't understand how this decision is possible. Welcome to Britain. Welcome to Britain. That's all I have to say. Why have I read this? Every day is beyond me. Every day. I don't know what they mean by that. Don't understand. If the attack had nothing to do with his death, what did he die of? Like I said, there's a lot of people dying in their 50s, and they're not giving us the cause of death, or they're saying died of natural causes. How are you going to be 50 and die of natural causes? Like this, there's something seriously that's going on here that we're not being told about. So yeah, man, that's the video. So remember, I hear the truth that matters. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you aren't already. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you're informed every time I upload a new video.